We are going to start with the Poltergeist trilogy, which is probably the most famously cursed movie set. For those of you who don't know, the Poltergeist is about a family that is living in a house haunted by a poltergeist, and the youngest child can communicate with them like through the TV or white noise.
Pretty much like real ghost hunters.
Yeah. So a lot of people attribute this curse to the fact that Steven Spielberg decided to use real human skeletons as props for one of the scenes, which is crazy.
That's kind of messed up.
So he claimed it was cheaper than having fake ones made, which sounds... I don't know. How do you get human skeletons? I should have looked into that. Heather O'Rourke, the little girl who talked to the spirits of the TV, died at only the age of 12.
Wow.
Of cardiac arrest and septic shock at just a few months before the release of the third movie. And then 2 of the other cast members were murdered.
Wow.
So, the reason why this is one of the most famously cursed is because it seems like a lot of the cast members died of untimely deaths. The older daughter in the first film was attacked and killed by her ex a few months after the first film's release. And then Lou Perryman, years later, was murdered by a recently released ex-convict. Julian Beck, who starred as Kane in the second Poltergeist, died of stomach cancer a few months before the movie was released to theaters. And they're all passing around the time of the release of their movies.
A lot of deaths surrounding it, and also right at the same time.
Except for Lou Perryman, he was, murdered in 2009, which was really far after the movie's release, but people kind of added in there to the curse.
Yeah.
Because it was a weird death as well.
Yeah.
And then Will Sampson died a year after the second film was released from malnutrition and post-operative kidney failure. So our second one is going to be The Conjuring.
The Conjuring?
Yes, the first one.
Okay.
Which is a movie based on the real-life events of the Perron family who moved into a haunted house. Many of the actors, even the Perrons themselves, had some seemingly supernatural things happen to them during the filming of this movie. So Vera Farmiga, the actress who portrayed Lorraine Warren, started having experience before the film even started. One day, while on her laptop, she received a call about casting and her interest in being in the movie. She closed her laptop while on the call, and when it was over, she opened it back up, only to see what looked like 3 claw marks across the screen. So, it wasn't, dug-in claw marks. She said it was, digital, so I guess the screen got messed up or pixelated or something. There was, 3, slashes across the screen.
Yeah, the LCD broke.
Yeah, and that was right after she got off of a call for planning to be in the movie. And even stranger, later during the filming of the movie, 3 claw marks appeared on her thigh. She would also frequently wake up during the witching hour during the filming. And it's kind of reminiscent of what actually happened in the movie, how the mother would wake up with bruises and not know where they came from.
That was the first one, right?
Yeah, so it's the things that were happening to the family were happening to the cast. And Vera was not the only cast member to have marks appear on her body. Joey King, the actress who played Christine, one of the Perron children, ended up with strange bruises after a couple of weeks of shooting, even though she was not allowed to perform any stunts, so she was not involved with anything that would cause the bruising. And our last movie, The Omen. So that is a movie where the couple adopts a child who ends up being the Antichrist.
Yeah.
After helping create special effects for The Omen, John Richardson began work on his next movie. He was on location in Holland with his special effects artist Liz Moore. They were driving down a seemingly empty road one night and hit another car head-on. Richardson was knocked unconscious, but Moore was decapitated when one of the front wheels tore through the floor and hit her. When Richardson came to, he noted the accident was eerily similar to a decapitation scene he had designed for The Omen.
Wow.
He also claims he saw a road sign off to one side of the accident that stated the town of Omen was 66.6 kilometers away. That seems like a bad sign.
Yeah.
I would have felt bad for working on that movie after that happened. Like, I cursed myself or something.
Yeah.
An animal trainer was hired for a scene in the movie containing baboons who violently react to the presence of Damien, the demon child of the movie. The day after filming the scene, the trainer was killed after being mauled by a tiger.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say by a monkey.
Ooh.
Like that scene from Nope.
Oh, that was so hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. The monkey scenes in that one.
Yeah.
3 of the crew members on 3 separate occasions were flying on a plane that was struck by lightning during the filming, almost causing one of the planes to crash. I think the person who even wrote it said that this movie was cursed and shouldn't be made or whatever. And then they made it, and then like all this weird stuff starts happening.
How much of that do you think is movie hype, though?
Yeah, I was also thinking that. I was like, I bet some of this is just overblown
Marketing.
or like marketing hype.
Yeah, like, recently the Smile movie came out. And did you see like some of the marketing they did for that movie?
Mm-mm.
They hired these actors to go to like baseball games and stuff, and they'd be in the crowd, and they like were right behind like where the camera would be facing, and they just were like,
Oh my gosh.
with a big freaking creepy smile. And then they also had a couple of them standing like in the behind the windows where they do like Good Morning America or something, and they were just standing there doing the creepy smiles, and so they were trying to get that to go viral.
Yeah.
And then it was probably marketing back when we had all the clown incidents,
Oh,
because that was right around the time It came out.
It was like the year before or something, right?
Yeah, and like there were clowns being spotted everywhere trying to lure people
They were making
into
sure
the woods.
people were scared of clowns again,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that the movie would really be a hit.
Yep. Luring kids into the woods and all kinds of
Standing on the
creepy
side of the road.
sightings, standing on the side of the roads with balloons and stuff like that. And then It was the very next year, the remake of It. So.
Honestly, I would be scared to be one of those clowns doing the marketing because,
Go get yourself shot.
Yeah, like, especially if it's in the woods or like by a park or something, someone's going to get upset and like maybe try to attack you.
I know.
One of the Omen's most memorable scenes involves the father trying to escape a cemetery while being attacked by a group of dogs. Several trained Rottweilers were utilized for the film and were instructed to attack a stuntman. The stuntman was enclosed in a layer of protective padding, and the dogs were set loose. For reasons unknown, the dogs began really attacking the stuntman and were so vicious, their teeth went through the stuntman's protective gear. They even ignored their trainer when ordered to stop. Luckily, the stuntman survived.